get to with Don Dare in just a moment.
Yeah, really. There was a young man here in Tennessee. His family's been waiting and waiting, searching and searching for a place that he could actually stay.
Yeah.
It's been about a year.
Yeah, and Don's been following this story, obviously, for some time. As a matter of fact, in the last week, the 20-year-old's father and stepfather rushed him to the hospital after a violent episode.
WATE 6 On Your Side reporter, as we mentioned, Don Dare, first told us the story of Sean Homer last fall, and he joins us now here in the studio to follow up, Don.
Well, that's right, Lori. Sean's stepfather says he and his wife are frightened of him and can no longer care for their son. They told me while it hurts to say that about Sean, he's become difficult to handle, and now this latest event. The 20-year-old has been diagnosed with the most severe form of autism, and he's been on a list since he was 16 to be placed in a home for those who need special care. Sean Homer is in the hospital after his stepfather said the 20-year-old had a violent episode early last week, destroying furniture and hurting himself while at his home in Knoxville.
In the last 3 months, Sean has become aggressive, more aggressive than usual, and violent outbursts, even at school and especially at home.
Were you good today at school? Yeah.
Last October, Sean's mother said it's difficult to handle her son. At 20, Sean Homer has been diagnosed with level 3 autism. He's nonverbal with few communication skills. Since birth, he's lived at home with his family, but at 6 foot 4 inches, 250 pounds, it's tough to manage him at home.
I can't take care of Sean by myself anymore. He's too hard to take care of. He's physically too hard.
He has violent outbursts, and anything could trigger it.
Sean's stepfather told us 4 months ago they're fighting to get Sean into a state-approved residential home.
He's severely autistic. In fact, the Social Security doctors said he was the most extreme handicap, severe autism they'd ever seen.
Currently, Sean attends Ridgedale School in Knoxville. He's been a student at the public school for kids with special needs since he was 3. This letter from TennCare sent in January of 2022 states Sean is eligible for residential treatment.
They're coming up with 0, and we're coming up, we've run out of time. I can't take him home. He's destroyed his room. I have nowhere to even put him to bed.
This is what's left of Sean's bed.
He destroyed his bed, and it scratched his arms up. I thought there's no way he can tear this bed up. With his bare hands, he beat the top of that bed in and broke it.
And as a result, Sean hurt his hand.
And he's become extremely dangerous at home, so we can't keep him at home anymore. My wife's afraid of him now. My daughter's afraid of him now. When he starts becoming agitated, she has to run to her bedroom and lock the door.
In an email sent to us in October, TennCare said Sean's health plan continues to search for an appropriate placement. However, the nationwide workforce crisis is impacting the availability of providers.
We need a facility, somewhere to take him that he can be cared for as well as we've taken care of him.
There's no room for Sean.
There's no room for Sean anywhere that can handle his needs.
Now, Freddie Smith says he's been told by a hospital social worker they're trying to find a room for Sean. There's also an advocacy group in Nashville that is assisting the family. Recently, Freddie said he was contacted by the director of a residential home in Chattanooga for possible placement for Sean, but unfortunately, it fell through. We'll keep you up to date, Bo.
Our thoughts are with that family. And Don, thank you for keeping us up to date. If you have a consumer question for Don, send him an email at ddarewat.com. You can also call us 6 On Your Side hotline number 865-633-5974.